What's up, y'all? Today we are talking about Christian men not abstaining from sex and Christian women not being modest. Yep, that's right. We talking about this today. I don't really see people talking about this that much, but I do hear a lot of conversations about a lot of this separately, right? Like I'll hear a lot of Christian women always telling me or complaining, I guess, or always speaking loudly about how it's so hard to find a man who's abstaining from sex. All these Christian men, they claim this, they claim that, but they just want to have sex. They just trying to get in your pants. Or they laugh at me, or they'll look at me and be like, oh, you abstaining, you ain't going to be able to be with no Christian man. Nobody's doing that, and this and that and this. And I'm not going to sit here and disagree. I do believe, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. I don't believe it's that many men or Christian men that's really trying or that's really abstaining. Now, some of them might be trying. Some of them may just keep falling. Some of them may not care. But I do believe it's hard for the Christian men to do that. So I will say that I agree with what the women are saying. But y'all know what else I'm hearing as well? I'm hearing a lot of Christian men talk about that it's hard to find a Christian woman that is modest. And guess what? I'm a Christian man. And guess what? The same way that I agree with the women towards the men that are not abstaining and how many Christian men that are still having sex out here, I agree with the men. I agree with the Christian men that it's hard to find a Christian woman or a godly woman who is being modest. And I don't just mean in all her ways in and out. I'm talking about specifically to how she dressed. Because that's what the men keep saying. Like, yo, it's hard to find a woman. Every woman I look at that's supposed to be Christian, she looking like an Instagram model, showing her booty, showing her boobs, got side pictures. She going out to the club and all of that. And guess what? I agree. So what I want to talk about is that it's a lot of women talking about, oh, it's so hard to find a godly man that's abstaining from sex. But then there's so many Christian men saying that it's so hard to find a godly woman who is modest. You know what I come to find out? You know what I found out? You know what I believe? You know what I keep seeing? You know what's so crazy to me is that as I keep hearing, there's so many Christian men that don't have sex. I'm going to keep it real. I hear this from the women more. Well, let me not say more. I probably hear a lot of Christian men saying this as well. But I do believe, I ain't going to lie, I really do believe I'm always hearing women saying that it's hard to find a man that's not having sex. This is why women are so surprised when they find a man or they finally see a man who's literally not having sex or not trying to pull on their flesh or not falling with them or doing anything sexual or sensual with them. Like, y'all are surprised, right? But for the men and for myself, to be honest, I see so many women, so many Christian women that's always showing their body. Even when they go to a formal event, it's like it's so hard to find a woman like this. And you know what I've recognized? It's almost equivalent to the amount of women that keep saying that it's so many men that's not having sex, that I agree with, but it's so many women that's not modest. So what I come to think in my mind is these Christian men who are not abstaining, right? These Christian men that are not abstaining, how are they not abstaining, especially if they Christian and they going after Christian women? It's probably also connected to the women who are not modest, right? Because think about it. If you a Christian man and you not abstaining from sex, it's going to be hard to truly find a godly woman who is abstaining from sex. You know why? Because you're not going to be attracted. She's not going to be attractive to you because she don't want to live that life. She don't want to fall, and she definitely don't want no man that literally says that he's not going to stop having sex. She don't want that. So that woman that's really trying to abstain, that woman that's really trying to live this life, that woman that's really possibly also modest, she's not going to be attracted to you because you're a stumbling block. Now, for the ladies who are consistently walking around with their bodies out, that's not modest like that don't try to cover everything up all the time, right? And I think it's okay to do just a little bit, yeah, until you catch a godly man and he see you just showing just that little bit. Guess what? You are also not attractive in his eyes. He is not going to be attracted to you. And I say this from my side as well, because I'm truly following God. I ain't had sex in years. I'm not having sex. I don't even want to. I don't want no girl doing no extra stuff. But guess what? I also don't want no woman that's not modest. You know why? She's not attractive to me. And she's not going to be attractive to a man like that because he wants to stay strong. He doesn't want to fall. He don't want to have sex, so he don't want to be around a woman who looks lustful, who looks sexy, who looks sexual. No matter what your mommy say, that it's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not, until you can't find a godly man and you keep complaining that it's a bunch of Christian men that keep having sex and want to have sex. But baby girl, you look like sex on a platter. When you got your boobs out, when your shirt is all the way down here. When you taking pictures and all you see is side pictures. When you in your pictures and your videos and you shaking your butt, he's not going to be attracted to you. I want y'all to understand, it's like equivalent. It's one side arguing. It's one side over here arguing about, oh, she don't do this. And then it's the other side of it, well, he don't do this. Well, neither one of y'all are going to be attractive, or neither one of y'all are going to be attractive to the real godly person. Y'all have to stop. For the fellas, if you want a godly woman, you got to be godly, bro. You can't be screaming this. You can't be reading your Bible, going to church, crying on the floor. Oh my God. Doing all of these things, but then you want this godly woman. No, you're going to attract what you are and who you are. You are going to pull that towards yourself because godliness is attracted to godliness. You understand? So if you want to have sex and all of that, and then you want to do this, guess what you're going to attract, bro? You're going to attract a woman who's not fully godly. She going to be where you are. And I'm not saying this to talk down on nobody. I'm saying this to tell the truth. Meaning, if y'all want this, you have to stop. My good brother, if you want a woman that's extremely modest, you need to be modest in all your ways. You need to do what you need to do, bro. You want her to be attracted to you, but you over here telling her that you can't do that. But you over here telling her that you ain't did that you ain't trying to do that, or you just keep falling and you keep doing all this wild stuff. She see you at the club all the time. She see you talking lustfully or fleshy or sensual and flirting too much, bro. That's too lustful. That shows that you struggling with lust, homie. Yes, it's okay to flirt lightly, but you doing too much. You showing her that you're not there yet. For my ladies, you ain't even got to flirt like that. Let's just say you are flirting like that. Then you showing him the guy that's not having sex. The one that you want, he not going to be attracted to you. But if you coming out with your boobs out with this man who's abstaining, what you think that's going to do to him? To this visual man, right? What you think that's going to do to him? Do you not know why David fell? Do you not know why David was pulled and did the wrong thing? Because he saw Bathsheba taking a bath. How could he see? He saw her naked. Let me repeat that, because people don't emphasize that. He saw her taking a bath. If she was taking a bath and he saw her, that means she had to be naked. So that means he was pulled by what he saw. He lusted from what he saw, and it was her body. You understand? So ladies, if you want that godly man, I'm trying to tell you right now, for me, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. With me, y'all, I've been abstaining for the longest time, for years now. I've been on a journey for years. It's extremely hard for me to find a true godly woman that's really trying to be modest in how she dresses. I don't think you understand how that shows where you are, how that shows that you could pull on a man. You don't do this because, oh, it's him. No, you do it for God. You do it because God says so. You do it because you know it can be enticing and you don't want to pull on a man like that. You don't want to look like the world. And that's another thing. For both sides, y'all both look like the world. Y'all both look like the world. This man who's over here claiming, oh, it's so hard to find a modest woman, but you want to not abstain from sex. You look like a worldly man. So this true godly woman is not going to want you, bro, because you don't look like a godly man. You doing the same thing that the world does. She don't want that. She might have used to live that life and didn't have sex. She don't want you. She want a godly life. She want a godly man that's going to lead her and pull her away from how the world is. The same thing with the godly man, ladies. If he sees you dressing like this, is this not how the world used to be? Not even used to be. Is this not how the world is? Is it not the women over there that's dressing like this, promiscuous? The Bible talks about this. It tells men to stay away from women like this. Literally. Proverbs 5, Proverbs 7, Ezekiel 16, Ezekiel 23, and other chapters as well. And it tells women to be modest. That's because God is telling you how to be as his daughter and to be separate and to be apart from the world. To be holy, that means in how you dress as well. You look like the world, so that means you look like a woman that this man used to go after, when he used to be lustful, when he used to have sex. He don't want that no more. Now that he's came over here to God and he's trying to follow God and he's not having sex and he's trying to stay strong and he's trying to walk this walk until he get married and not have sex until he's married, he don't want you. He's not going to want you. And I don't mean someone who's struggling to change and all of this. I mean someone who just consistently doesn't care about it. Now, if you trying to be more modest, this is what I would say for the ladies. If you're trying to be more modest, consistently keep trying. Read the Bible. Look up modest clothes. Look up other modest women. See how they dress. But also, when you get with a man or you get with... Make sure that you're asking, like, what does this look like? Do you think this is good? Do you know what I'm saying? The same way you would do God. When you would think about God before you put something on, or if you put something on and you think about God, it's the same way you got to be with your brother. It's the same thing you got to be with your man. Because you're thinking of, he's going to see that you're trying to be modest. You understand? You're trying. That's all it means, willing. The flesh is weak, the spirit is willing, right? But I'm talking about somebody who's literally just living this way and just acts like it's no problem. You understand? Or someone who just can't stop, even though they know, but they just can't stop. You look like the world, you're going to be less attracted to somebody who's literally trying to be godly, okay? I wanted to talk about this because I hear it on both sides, but I want to put it into one. I want people to understand, ladies, a true godly man wants a true godly woman. And yes, that's in her appearance as well. That's from the inside out. We are to be godly inside out. Not just inside out. Same for my brothers. Inside out. Inside out. You clean the inside of the cup and people will be able to see you clearly from the outside of the cup or from the dish, right? Of which Jesus said in the Bible. All right, so let's make sure that we consistently think about this. We can't be complaining like, oh, there's men that just want to keep having sex. Baby girl, you look like sex. I'm just keeping it real. I love you. What you expect? We gotta stop it. And then fellas, you over here complaining, well, she ain't modest, bro, but you just keep having sex. You won't stop. What you expect? What do you think you're going to be pulled to? You too used to it. The more you keep having sex, the more lustful you are. no matter what. So your eyes are going to be lustful. You're going to be pulled towards your flesh. For the ladies, what you think? That's still lustful too when you dress in that way. That's still fleshy, and you're going to attract flesh. When you're being fleshy outwardly, you're going to attract flesh towards you. Lust towards you, just like the Bible tells us, all right? So I want to make this video so people can see it is what it is. The truth is the truth. I love y'all, and I want y'all to know, let's do better. Because I promise me, I don't want to choose no woman that's out here just showing her body. But also, I'm a man that's not having sex. And I ain't had sex in years. And I hardly even do much at all. Right? It's even hard for me to hug a woman like sensual. You understand? It's hard for me to even say things. I'll be telling women like, you look nice. Instead of saying, oh, you look good. Or, ooh, you look. I'm not saying that nonsense. I'm not talking like that. I'll just be like, you look nice today. That's about it. That's all they get. That's a fact. That's how I am. Because I know what these words will do. I understand it. You feel me? So let's make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do and stop complaining about something if we ain't doing what we need to do in order to attract that thing. We got to follow God. That's on the inside and the outside. All right? All right. If y'all like this video, please like it up for me, man. Please share this video with somebody it can bless. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. And I love y'all. I'm going to get it to y'all when I get it to y'all.